Welcome back to the middlemen of jurors. My case. I am not afraid of you, Natasha blasts Akpabio. Senator Natasha Akpabio's action towards Senator Akpabio, the Senate President, during the recent Senate dispute has drawn several key points that can be highlighted to underscore her stance and the broader implication of the situation. Senator Akpabio's refusal to comply with the sitting arrangement is indicative of her commitment to democratic values. Legislators are elected representatives of the people, and their voices should not only be heard, but also be respected in parliamentary discussions. When Senator Akpabio asserts that she won't be silenced, or she won't be silenced by the other senators, she symbolized the necessity for open debate and challenge the hierarchy structure that might inhibit constructive discussion in the Senate. As a senator representing Kogi Central, Akpabio has a duty to advocate for her constituents. Her defiance against the leadership authorities can be seen as a demonstration of her commitment to ensuring that the interests and concerns of her constituents are not overlooked. Her vocal stance highlights the importance of standing firm in the face of opposition, especially in matters directly affecting our legislative role and the representation of her people. Disputes over seats or sitting arrangements can reflect deeper issues related to fairness and equality within the legislative body. Akpabio's resistance to what she may perceive as an unjust and an arbitrary reassignment resonates with many who value equal treatment in political space. Her challenge to the leadership could potentially urge reform in how decisions are made regarding sitting and other parliamentary privileges, advocating for a more egalitarian approach. The exchange between Akpabio and the Senate leadership, or Senator Akpabio, shed light on the importance of healthy dissent in governance. Democracy thrives on debates, and leaders must be willing to engage with differing views. By standing her ground, Akpabio promotes an environment where diverse opinions can flourish, ultimately leading to a better decision-making and representation within the legislature. As a female senator in the predominantly male political landscape, Natasha's stance is particularly significant. Her refusal to be silent challenges the stereotype and expectations that may exist against women in leadership positions. This not only empowers other women in politics, but also sends a powerful message about the need for inclusion and respect for women's voices in governmental processes. Leadership in the Senate should be exemplified, or should exemplify the principles of accountability and respect for all members, regardless of their positions. Akpabio's confrontation of Senator Akpabio serves as a reminder that leaders must be responsive to their colleagues and open to criticism, or be open to criticism. Promoting a culture of accountability can ultimately strengthen the Senate and improve their effectiveness. my verdict. Senator Natasha's action reflects a broader struggle of visibility and respect within the legislative framework. Her determination to voice her opinion and stand firm against authority is a vital aspect of fostering a functioning democracy. By defending her right to participate fully in the Senate activity, she reinforces the significance of active engagement and representation, and the critical role of dissent in shaping effective governance. She read from the House rules, to emphasize and reinforce her position on the matter under reference, even when the Senate President, Akpabio, shut her down and ordered her suspension and removal from the floor of the House. She continued to ensure that she put herself forth and make sure that her constituency is respected and her duty as a lawmaker is preserved. I shall go to Rabbi again.
Awesome.
Okay. Maybe let me start from that. It's the Senate President and Natasha Akpabio. It's an issue that is dividing. Is dividing opinion. Some reports have it that the Chief Whip, Mohammed Mongono, had already reminded her of the need to move to a newly allocated seat, which was predicated on the defection of Senator Ned Nwoko from the PDP to the APC, and such seat allocations are common in the chamber. So that's why I say divides opinion. People would think, some say, upon being prompted by the Chief Whip, Mohammed Mongono, she should have possibly listened to what is normal. Possibly that is, and that if she does not move, she will not be recognized by the Senate President to speak from that old seat, as it were. And so in the unfolding melee, the leader of the Kogi Senate Caucus, Senator Issa Jibrin, has on behalf of Natasha apologized, and we get reports that Natasha has also been enjoined to apologize on the floor of the Senate. So for some people, she is pushing for the rights of a fair hearing and the capacity to represent her constituents. For others, it's a resentment of existing ground rules, written or unwritten as it were. But I think it's also a test case to the managerial ingenuity of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Most time there will be topsy-turvies, at times not contemplated from the beginning if we leave it to lawyers. But precedents and occurrences help to create these balances. The Chief Whip and the Sergeant in charge were among those who I would say sought to have forceful exits. That I find a bit extreme, but possibly it was an exigency at the time. Again, there are takeaways, like you have pointed out in your case. It's a minority ground for females. So I think that is brazen from Natasha. It also positions her as an Amazon for the voiceless. And I think maybe arising from this, there should be new learnings. Maybe look more at the issues of defections, which have prompted these new seat arrangements. But at a time like this, Nigerians would like the Senate to provide seamless leadership. Maybe we should go back to planning, organizing, coordinating, directing all of the post-decob as it should be. And at the apex of it should be crisis management, because that hallowed chamber is also a governance window to the world. I don't know, Henry, what you have to add to that?
Yeah, so I would love to look at this particular case from two vantage points. Number one is it's becoming really ludicrous that Natasha is becoming more or casting emotional blackmail.
Well, yeah, she had one in July last year.
On the person of Godswill Akpabio.
Yes.
And making Godswill Akpabio look chauvinistic.
Well, he does look chauvinistic because last year he had to go back to apologize to Senator Ireti Kingibe of the Labour Party in the FCT, having accosted her earlier. The same Natasha, he went back to apologize. So, from that case presentation, I said it divides opinion.
But I wouldn't want to see it that way. I wouldn't want to see Godswill Akpabio as exhibiting chauvinism, you know, in any way. Rather, I would love to see it as a case of haphazard method of dealings in our Halu chambers, like you did say. If you take a look at two common nations in the world that all equally practice what we do. United States, which we borrowed our presidential system of government
from. The Congress.
Yes, and also the UK, the House of Lords.
Yes.
And you take a look at their seating arrangement is the same with the Capitol Theater, also in the United States, in the Capitol Hill. Now, how it is arranged is very simple. To avoid all of this shenanigan you see happening today in Abuja.
It's not a name allocation.
Now, how to do it both in the House of Lords
and House of Commons.
Yes, and the House of Commons, the House of Lords, and even in the Capitol Theater in the United States is this: that the sitting government, senators from the sitting government, right, sit to the right.
Okay.
Opposition sit to the left.
And it's their business how they come.
However, yes. So they do it in line with party affiliation.
Yeah.
Right? So with that, it is so very simple. So when you sit with your brother, you can avoid to sit. You can sit anywhere you want to. Your male partner can stand up and you sit. You tell, I love this seat. He stands up and you sit. So it is no problem. But in Nigeria, we all make all these very simple things look very cumbersome, rather than these people sit, so do the same thing.
It's a sit as you come thing.
Yes,
in your allocated corner.
But yes. I think that Akpabio should have avoided this or Kabera. You see, because why I fault Akpabio is that you are the leader of the house, okay, and as a leader, yours is to ensure that you lead the led to a point of destination. It is not you that will be picking up quarrel with the led. You are supposed to be, providing solution when house members have disputes, and they are the one, misunderstanding themselves. You are supposed to be a big brother who will be the one to now provide solution in terms of dispute resolution. The conflict should not be you versus the Senate. You are first among equal.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I fought Akpabio. And what Akpabio ought to have done when Natasha read out from the rules that a senator a member of parliament, can at any time raise issue. Once you have cited that, all you need to do is to tell those people that are trying to distract her to calm down. Everybody should calm down. Let Natasha speak. It's soft power. You understand? Not like you are weak, but you know what you are doing. Let Natasha speak. Okay? Then after the house is done, everything is done, you can now have a caucus meeting where she's not very experienced in the house. You understand? This is her first outing. Okay? Even though she's a lawyer, this is her first outing. Then they will now, put her into part. The fact that somebody have told her before, they have briefed her that she ought not to sit there, or there's this thing. It's not enough for someone who is a follower. Remember, she's coming from a constituency. When you throw her out, you are throwing out a constituency out. A senatorial district is what you are throwing out. A senatorial district will have my state may have up to 9 local governments. You understand what I mean? You know what that is? Yeah, I mean, who will sit down? I mean, people from Kogi Central, all of them will sit down and be hailing Akpabio. This woman is a symbol. She's a symbol of a larger group of persons. You understand? So when she starts to act the way she acts, all you need to do is to apply tact. Don't exert your power on camera. You don't have to do that. Allow her to speak. Allow her to speak. last week, she said she will be comforted. You understand? But when you start to banter, you are telling her, take her out immediately. She's going, take her on suspension immediately and all that. You are not just fighting her, you are fighting a larger constituent. And as a politician, this will count for you in future. So Akpabio wants to contest for president. See, he was even contest for president. How did he even win his seat, which is they discuss for another day. So that's my only grounds. I'm not saying Natasha was right, but as a leader, you have to stoop to conquer.
Yeah, thank you. Very well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. When we return now, Juror Henry Gwewike will be talking about IBB's book launch. Please stay with us.
Middleman.